Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for taking your time to be here with me this morning. My name is Benjamin Sanders, and I'm here to present you with an amazing opportunity to invest in our next generation and the students here at Menomonee Falls High School, senior class. I'd like to open with a quote that I think is apt to set the tone for the proposal. It does not seem to be true that work necessarily needs to be unpleasant. It may always have to be hard, or at least harder than doing nothing at all. But there is ample evidence that work can be enjoyable and that indeed it is often the most enjoyable part of life. It's with this in mind, I'd like to bring forward my career proposal for you. This is the Career Development Program proposal for our students here at Menomonee Falls High School, senior class. The goal of this program is to provide the senior student body at Menomonee Falls High School with the tools necessary for career readiness, as well as providing adequate preparation for post-secondary educational pursuits by utilizing the information and tools necessary to make informed decisions on their future regarding vocational and educational pathways. First, let's take a look at the setting and population. The location will be right here at Menomonee Falls High School in Menomonee Falls, Wisconsin, 53051. Our target population is our MFHS 12th grade student body, which approximately consists of 340 students, 55% female, 45% male. The demographics are individuals representing multiple racial and cultural heritages, including students above, at, and below the poverty line. I'd like to open with our program rationale and outline for you the strategy, needs assessment method, and career development theory. The needs assessment strategy will be to adhere to the National Career Development Association's guidelines to develop, plan, implement, and manage comprehensive career development programs for the benefit of all 12th grade students at MFHS by utilizing resources such as the Wisconsin Department of Public Instruction's Wisconsin Standards for Career Readiness, as well as pertinent focus groups and surveys to be incorporated. So let's take a look at the needs assessment methods we'll be using. The goals and competencies under the National Career Development Association NCDG standards will be incorporated, as well as the Wisconsin Department of Public Instruction's Wisconsin Standards for Career Readiness. And additionally, we will be using career instruments such as O-Net Interest Profiler, as well as surveys, professional reviews, and focus groups will be utilized throughout this program. Our needs assessment findings revealed some troubling information, and that's what I'd like to tackle today. One thing it uncovered is skills gaps. 45% of our students in a senior class lack certain technical skills that are going to be required in their chosen field. There's also a lack of career exploration. 38% of participants lack knowledge about what career paths are even available in the first place, and 56% lack information about what education or training will be required for those paths. In addition, support services are in need of attention. 71% report that they are requiring help with obtaining tools for training, tuition, and things of that nature. So let's take a look at career development theory. What is it, and why are we considering implementing it? It's a great question. I'm glad you asked. Let's take a dive. Brown and Lent give us a great explanation of what career development is and what it can become. Career development can be seen as a process that encompasses much of the lifespan, one that begins in childhood and includes the formal and informal experiences that give rise to talents, interests, values, and knowledge of the world of work. Continues into adulthood via the progression of one's career behavior, which includes entry into and adjustment to work over time, and may culminate with the transition into and adjustment to retirement. The why. According to Yates, the benefits of our students participating in the theory-informed practice will include a deeper understanding, greater confidence, and more effective practice. These are general terms. We'll take a much deeper dive into these. So let's take a look at our program standards and learning objectives. Niles tells us Domains and goals. Domains and goals and indicators organize the NCDG framework. The three domains are personal social development, PS, educational achievement, and lifelong learning, ED, and career management, CM. Under each domain are goals, 11 in total. The goals define broad areas of career development competency. We're going to focus on 6 standards to implement. I've outlined the first 3 here. Taking from the personal social development, I'd like to incorporate goal PS2. This is to develop positive interpersonal skills, including respect for diversity. MFHS is a diverse campus, and the students should expect to be in diverse vocational and educational formats in the future. Goal PS3, to integrate growth and change into your career development. Continuing on, goal ED1, to attain educational achievement and performance levels needed to reach their personal and career goals. Next, we'll go over the final 3 goals to be implemented. The 4th standard will be goal ED2, to participate in ongoing lifelong learning experiences to enhance their ability to function effectively in a diverse and changing economy. Goal CM1 will be for them to create and manage a career plan that meets their career goals. And finally, goal CM3, to use accurate, current, and unbiased career information during career planning and career management. Let's take a look now at some of the learning objectives that will be implemented through this program. We're going to be focusing on 3 primary learning objectives. First of all, by May 29th of 2026, students in this program will identify and choose 3 potential career pathways that align with their interests, skills, and values. Upon completing 4 sessions with our career counselor, participants will complete a personalized career action plan. And finally, by December 20th of 2026, students will exhibit interview readiness for chosen vocation or post-secondary educational choice selection. Throughout this, there will be 4 career development interventions used. Group experience is very important in this, not only for the learning of the students, but also as we get into it, it's also going to play into the cost factor. But for now, we'll focus on the development interventions. First, we'll be looking at small team career coaching, followed by a written development plan, active learning, and then exposure to professional role models. Let's take a look at the first one, team career coaching. The goal here is to hire a career coach whose duties will include conducting regular small group meetings, role modeling for students, providing expert advice, and supplying students with valuable feedback. This will in turn assist students with establishing goals, create student confidence, and help build their professional identity. Number 2, again, is our written development plan. With the help of our career coach, our students will set realistic goals in their career development plan. They will identify skill sets needed to accomplish said goals, and finally they will measure the progress towards that goal. This will create self-awareness, establish familiarity with goal setting, promote growth, and help align student goals with their vocational or academic objectives. Third is active learning. Through this process, students will engage in simulations in a group or individual setting, conduct role-playing scenarios, as well as potential integration for real workplace tasks. This will allow students to make mistakes in a controlled environment. They can learn from these mistakes without fear of consequences. The goal here is to learn and to empower. And finally, this will help them develop problem-solving skills for the future. Finally, there will be exposure to professional role models. Through community volunteers, students will have a chance to meet professionals in their desired role, in person or remotely. They'll have a chance to job shadow when appropriate, as well as be able to practice interviewing skills with these professionals. This will in turn allow students to get a realistic view of the potential future in their chosen path, and it will create access to networks and opportunities down the road. Next, we'll look at the delivery, a proposed 3-step plan for implementation. I'm going to go over these very generally here, and then we'll dive into each component as they unfold. Step 1, simplified, is going to be assessment and planning. Step 2 will be implementing and engagement. And step 3 will be to track, evaluate, and adjust. Let's take a look at step 1, assessment and planning. Through step 1, we assess and we plan. Our students will take the ONET in order to identify strengths, weaknesses, interests, values, and career goals, while identifying which support systems or aid they will need to attain these goals. This will culminate in the form of a written development plan for each student with the aid of our career coach. After step 1 is completed, we'll move on to step 2, implementing and engaging. This will entail participation in regular career coaching sessions, engaging in active learning tasks such as projects and workshops, and connecting with professional role models, all while utilizing the written plan as a reference for direction and to track progress. Finally, step 3, to track, evaluate, and adjust. Here we will systemically review progress of written development plans with assistance of the career coach to evaluate effectiveness and refine the plan if needed. Let's take a look now at the program marketing. It's not going to sell itself. The program marketing I've outlined will be a guerrilla marketing approach. This will be implemented to generate interest while keeping investor costs down. The primary driver will be social media, and it will also be supported with flyers around the school. Social media is readily consumed by our MFHS seniors, and getting influencer buy-in will further strengthen this program. To expand on this a bit, guerrilla marketing will be implemented to generate interest while keeping costs down. The primary driver will be social media, which will also be supported with flyers around the school. As I mentioned earlier, social media is readily consumed by our seniors, has a low cost, low barrier to entry, and will be accessible to almost all. For any of those that aren't, that's where the flyers come in. An example of what our flyer can look like, this is taken from Columbia University, but it will be a very similar setup. We'll incorporate the QR code, time, date, if it's going to be virtual or in person, and depending on the way the program unfolds, we'll likely have a separate flyer for vocational and a separate flyer for educational, depending on what they want to do upon graduating high school. These flyers will be kept to 1 to 2 colors to keep printing costs down. And again, the QR code is readily used, and everyone in that age bracket knows exactly how to use it. So what are the resources needed, and what are the potential costs of the program? That's a great question. The resources needed. First of all, we need human resources. Our career coach is going to be pivotal to this program. Obtaining and securing a competent and effective career coach is one of my very top priorities with this program. We will also need workshop supervisors for the active learning portion, and professionals will be asked to donate their time in order to help keep costs down. Materials, we need to be aware of assessment tools, learning materials, and equipment when necessary. As far as the facilities are concerned, Menominee Falls High School will serve as the primary facility, and this will help greatly offset building and meeting costs. Marketing will take a small budget needed for the guerrilla marketing campaign outlined earlier in this presentation. So I'm sure you're interested in brass tacks. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. Here are some of the potential costs of the program. The career coach, again, this program is centrally built around this career coach. The career coaches in Southeast Wisconsin charge an average of $150 an hour. We will negotiate a fee based on student interests, and group classes will help further save money. In this particular program, there will not be a lot of application for one-on-one time with the coach, but they will be available after meetings for questions from individual students. The estimated expense for this is going to be approximately $5,000, which will secure us approximately 33 hours of coaching. We'll also need to set aside funds for the written development plan itself. Printing and distribution will cost approximately $500. The evaluation as well needs to be taken into consideration. Data collection, surveys, and assessment results will result in approximately $350 tab. And finally, transportation. For times that remote access is not available or hands-on learning is needed, transportation will be provided to the students. Buses and fuel costs will be estimated at $900 for this program. That brings the grand total to about $6,750. So this will come in under $7,000 if we're able to stay on budget. So how will the program be evaluated? Niles and Harris tell us that evaluation is impossible unless a standard has been set for the desirable outcomes. With that in mind, let's take a look at the evaluation practices for the program. The program evaluation details include evaluation methods. There will be a pre and post survey to measure progress over time with the students. When they come in, before they've done anything, they'll take a survey, including expectations, desires, goals. And the post survey will be to measure these goals, their effectiveness, and their interactions with the coach and other professionals throughout the program. There will also be observations from the career coach. The career coach will be taking copious notes and reporting these back to the students and the facilitators to use this information most effectively to help guide these students as they move forward on their career path. There will be a student feedback survey after this is done. This is a program I would like to incorporate each year for our senior class, and with success in this program, I'd like to begin rolling it back to the juniors, sophomores, and freshmen as well. There is ample evidence that starting from a young age has major benefits for students seeking a vocational or career path. There will also be interviewer feedback. When these professionals take their time to meet with the students, go through mock interviews, do job training exercises, the feedback from these professionals is going to be incredibly valuable to both myself, the facilitators, the career coach, and most importantly, the students themselves. So what will be the variables measured? Well, first will be skills, interests, and competencies. In short, this will be measuring their effectiveness. How effective was this program in enhancing the students' skills, in defining their interests, and making them competent to pursue these goals in the future? We also need to look at career actions taken. Planning is going to be a huge phase of this project, and it's very important to lay the foundation properly. But can the students move from planning to action? Without action, this program will not have accomplished the goals I have set out for it to do so. As we wrap up, the tangible results will be measured through job offers, training obtained, academic acceptance letters, and an exit interview. Job offer, very tangible, easy to measure. Did you get the job? Training obtained. If they're not ready for the job offer, and they're not going to be pursuing an educational format, are they aligned with the training opportunity to get them set up with the vocation that they're seeking? Academic acceptance letter. For those of our seniors looking to go to post-secondary education, to receive that acceptance letter will show that they've moved from the planning to the action phase and that they're that much more ready to enter a collegiate atmosphere. And the exit interview. What did the students take away from the program? How have they matured and grown from the beginning to the end of the process? This will be taken into account to help us formulate future programs for seniors and other underclassmen as well. I thank you so much for your time today, for being with me, sitting and listening, and I would just really like to encourage you to invest in our future generation. And I think this is a wonderful way to do it at a fairly low cost opportunity. Thanks so much for your time and your attention. I'll now open up the floor to any questions. Thanks so much.